Alrighty guys, welcome to the channel. My name is Mike. I'm going to be talking about some watches today. I do love my watches. We're going to have a video where I go through all of my watch collection. That's probably going to be coming up next. For today, to start off with, we're going to do a wrist check. I am currently wearing my GShock. Now, this is actually branded as a ladies watch, but I love it. I love the sleek size of it, so it fits under the cuff. It's a bit smaller than your average square, so it does definitely sit nicely. The negative display is not the best. That's a problem with a lot of these G-Shocks and a lot of Casios in general. Just the negative display is not amazing. Unless you get one of the new MIPS models. Those ones, it's a completely different story. But again, you lose that charm that these have. I do love this watch. I have seen that it has some mods people do where they give it a brushed finish on the bezel, because as you can see, it does catch a beating. So it does get very scratched up, but again, it's a G-Shock, guys. That's what it's there for. Now, this is my only G-Shock. It kind of spurred me on to the love of G-Shocks, and that sent me down a rabbit hole. As you all will know, you can never have too many G-Shocks, and there's so many to choose from. So, which one do you buy? I've got a couple on my list, but one of them was this one. Now, it also comes in blue. It is known colloquially as the Casio G-Shock Manga. It's called a manga for obvious reasons. It looks like it's ripped straight out of a manga comic. I like it. It's very cool. Very interesting design. Unfortunately, this is what they go for online. That is too much money. I'm not paying that. That's ridiculous. They were a limited run, so you can't buy them anymore. You can only get them used. And that is a concern for me because I am not paying that much money for a 2100 that has no solar, no multi-band 6, no Bluetooth, no nothing. It's a base model one. So I started looking around, and you'll see from my watch collection, I do enjoy a bit of AliExpress. And we're definitely going to have a lot more watches from them in the future. But for right now, I got 4 for you right here. Now, this is all inspired of the style of the Casio Manga, the G-Shock Manga, whatever you want to call it. I'll put the model number up, but it'll all be in the description below if you do want to check out any of these watches or any watches I mentioned in this video. All right, let's get started. So first one is going to be this one. You probably saw it in the intro. It's inspired by the Manga-Style. And again, pretty obvious what they were going for here. They were going for that ripped out of a comic look. I think they nailed that look perfectly. I think it looks great. For what you get, you can see quality control is not the greatest. Little bits of plastic coming off the side there. But again, this is what I paid. Not expensive, guys. So I don't really mind if the quality is not amazing. Simple screw-on case back. Who cares? I'm already late. It's just a bit of fun, right? And I think this matches the style of what I was going for when it came to the Casio Manga. Just this ripped from a page look. The script on it. And this strap is surprisingly comfortable. It is actually very soft, very supple. It is a very nice strap. And the watch is very light. So, very cool, guys. Very cool. Next one we're looking at, guys. This one here. Bit different. This one goes with the integrated sports watch trend. We do have completely plastic links with metal pins. Now I have sized this bracelet, so these metal pins actually do have a barb on the end of them that like latches them into the plastic so they don't back themselves out. But if you pull it the wrong way, you'll just rip the holes. So it is plastic, guys. You've got to be careful with this one. Butterfly clasp, which is kind of hilarious. Again, going for that sport watch aesthetic. Now, the big concern I have with this one, they didn't do the side of the case. Now, mistakes were made with this one, guys. From front on, very cool. Looks very good. Even got hands that are skeletonized. But they didn't do the side of the case. And as you can see on this one, that makes a hell of a difference. It really brings it all together. The watch, again, very light. But this bracelet, you can hear that. It is a jangly, plasticky, cheap feeling bit of garbage. So not the biggest fan of that one. This is probably my favorite of the bunch. I'm a sucker for a chronograph. I do love me a chronograph. So I picked this one up. Now, I've already looked at all of these. I've actually worn this one a bunch of times. I will be keeping this one. This is very cool. Again, the strap is very much the same as the strap on this other one here. Very comfortable, very supple, weighs nothing, but it has that style. I love a chronograph, and it has that style of just ripped straight from a comic. If you looked at it like this, it looks like it could be drawn in a manga. It's very cool. So as far as I'm concerned, this is a keeper. It is a standard VK63, I think it's called, on screen. So it does have the 6 o'clock seconds for the chronograph, pushes top and bottom. This one over here at the 3 o'clock, that subdial is just a 24-hour subdial. Not particularly useful, but again, it's part of what comes with these movements. The 9 o'clock is a 60-minute timer. So again, this can only time up to 60 minutes, but I will never ever tire of seeing that second hand at 6 o'clock do that. I do love that. So definitely something worth considering, guys. I do think this one is a very cool watch. Now, last but not least, the reason all this video started was because of the Casio Manga. Now, some of you may not like this one because this one is just straight up, well, let's call it what it is. It's a ripoff. It is absolutely trying to steal from the intellectual property of GShock, and I am not promoting that in any way. But we have this one here. Now, this has the same dimensions as the GShock Manga. It has the same style, the same case shape. I believe it has a fake movement inside, but it could be a real movement. I'm not entirely sure. But you'll straight away notice a couple of differences between this and the original. For one, it says sport watch and fashion at the top and bottom, which is hilarious. And I actually kind of love it. I think it's hilarious. But normally it would say GShock and protection. They're trying to keep it as consistent as possible without encroaching on copyright. So no logo. With many of these watches, you can get them branded with logos on the dial. All the ones I chose were the branded free versions, no brand on them, just because a lot of these Chinese brand names are atrocious. If any of you have been on AliExpress, you know what I am talking about. So this is pretty cool. It is pretty cool. Like, don't get me wrong. I think there was a misprint here where maybe the strap got printed twice because it is much darker on that side than it is on this side. You can kind of see what I'm talking about there. It is too dark for the rest of the watch. You can see it there in comparison. But you know what I learned from this? This strap is not as good as those straps. This watch is obviously not the watch I was looking at. I was looking at the real thing, and I'm sure the real thing is nicer. But I wore this, and I don't like it. It's not that I don't like it. I wouldn't spend $900 on it. Because again, this is what the original goes for. I spent less than 90 Australian dollars on all 4 of these. So for 10% of the cost of buying the original, I bought this one and a variety of other options for 10% of the cost. I will not be keeping this one. I've worn it. I don't like it. I don't want to buy the Casio Manga anymore. I think that's been decided. In saying that, if you want to get the experience of the Casio Manga for a fraction of the price, I highly recommend having a look on AliExpress, because this will at least give you a partial feeling of what it would be like. But I'm sure it's nowhere near up to the quality. So that's it, guys. These are the 4 watches. Now, I think they're very cool watches in their own rights. I think this one is definitely my favorite by far. I think there's no way I would end up buying the original of this one. That one just is perfect for me. I love a chronograph, so why the hell not? This one, it's a little bit silly. I think I'm probably going to end up giving it to a family member. It's a bit of fun. I think someone will enjoy it. It's very comfortable too. This one, again, guys, prices above each one for what I paid for them. And these are very reasonable options. You know, we're talking about $80, $90 Australian for all 4 of these combined. With shipping, I think that's great. You know, you don't have to spend a lot of money to have fun with your watches. And I think these are a perfect example of that. Either way, I'll probably end up keeping this one. What have I learned from this video? I do very much like the chronograph version, but the manga is not for me. However, during my search for all these different G-Shocks, I found this one. Now this one is interesting to me. I love origami, I'm big into it. I'll probably have some in the background, some of my shots. When I eventually do get this watch, I'll probably take some shots with some origami, try and be a bit video edity, you know, do some fancy things, get some nice macro shots. The missus is a photographer, should be able to get some decent shots. I really like it. I think this watch is very cool. It is based on a bit of like an old piece of parchment paper, so it's a bit of an off-white color as opposed to the crystal clear white of these watches. But I dig it. I think it's cool. I want to get some different G-Shocks. I've only got this one. I want to add some to the collection. I've got a few on the list, and I think that one is going to be one of them. I do have a trip planned for Japan. We're going to be going in about 2 months' time. So while I'm there, I will more than likely take some videos. I'm going to go watch shopping with the wife. I'll take you guys for that journey, and maybe I'll find a couple of cool watches that I can bring home. Anyway guys, appreciate you coming to the video, and if you do like the video, feel free to like and subscribe. Next video is more than likely going to be my full watch collection, because that's what YouTubers do, right? It's the beginning of the year, time to do a watch review. I will show you all of my collection, and we'll talk about where my collection may be going in the future, and what I will be looking to add, what I will be looking to get rid of. I hope you guys join me for the journey, and the great things to come from this channel. It's going to be a channel based on the things I love. I want to share the things I enjoy with you guys, and I hope you enjoy sharing it with me. Have a look at all these guys, links will be in the description, and I hope to see you in the next video. Appreciate you. Have a good one.